How can we create a guitar solo that feels more like a beautiful tune? Just like a poet chooses words not just for their meaning, but for their sound and rhythm, a guitarist should choose notes not just for their skill, but for their sound. So today I want to break down the solo I just played to show you all the expressive concept and note choices I made while improvising. By the end of this video, you will be able to understand how to create a guitar solo that sounds meaningful and melodic, as opposed to just sticking a bunch of notes together. Of course, we can't create a guitar solo without a vocabulary of notes, so in this video I'll show you two scales you can use over this backing track: the C major pentatonic scale and the C major scale. Now, first things first, we are playing over a backing track, so let's break down the chords. We are in A minor, C major, so the key is quite simple and straightforward. The time signature is 6/8, so 6 beats per measure. We start with an F major chord, G major, and A minor. Again, F major, G, and C major. Now, F major, G, C, and F. D minor, G sus4, and G major. Knowing the chords is crucial for crafting a meaningful solo. It not only allows for more specific note choices, but also ensures that playing over the chords results in a more melodic and singable solo. Now let's take a moment to learn our vocabulary. You can work on two scales in a specific section of the fretboard. In this video, I'll show you how to play the C major pentatonic and the C major scale up to fret 8. And we will only work on 3 strings, the first, second, and third string. So we reduce the number of note choices we can have. Now let's learn the pentatonic scale in different positions. We have C, D, E, and G, but also G on the third open string and A on the fret number 2. You can also play the pentatonic scale like this: A, C, D, E, G, and A. And also here, C, D, E, G, A, and C. Now let's add 2 notes to the pentatonic scale and learn the major scale, the C major scale. You have C, D, E, F, and G, but also A and G on the third string. You can also play the scale like this: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A, but also here C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and C. Now let me play the first section of the solo and then we break it down note by note. Beautiful and melodic. Now in this section we introduce a sense of familiarity to our solos by incorporating the opening phrase. I love this concept because it provides direction to your solo and adds clarity to its sound. Now an opening phrase is a recurring motif played at the beginning of each section, so you always open your solo with the same phrase. The opening phrase here is this one. So we have fret 1 and 3, first open, and then fret number 3 and 5 with a hammer on. Now after the opening phrase, we can improvise. And one thing that I love here is to play over the chords, so we use chord tones to guide our solo. Let me break it down for you and then I'll tell you more about it. So after the opening phrase, We play the fret 5 3 times, then fret 3, and the second string, fret number 3. We finish with this phrase. We're playing the second string, fret number 5, 6, with a hammer on, and back to 5. Now this phrase works great over the chords, simply because I'm using the chord tones to guide my solo. So I'm using the notes that make up the chord to create a meaningful solo. So the solo starts with the note A, which is the third of F major. Then over the G major, I'm playing the note D, which is the fifth of G major. And we finish with the note E, which is the fifth of A minor. So I always end the phrase with a chord tone. So opening phrase, and then this lovely melody. So in this case, I'm playing fret 7 to fret 8 with a slide, and then 7, 5, second string, fret number 8, 6, and 5. Again, when we analyze the notes, we have A. For the G major, I am playing this beautiful B, which is the third of G. And we finish on the note E, which is the fifth of the A minor chord. Now, next section. Now here we're playing fret number 3, 1, 0, and the second string, fret number 3, followed by the fret number 1. This is when we go back to the F major chord. So it's a beautiful phrase, very conclusive. Now from here we have F again. So second string, fret number 1. We play 3 times, a slide from 3 to 5, and we land on the note D, which works great for the G major chord. Then, same phrase here, fret number 3, 1, 0, 3, and 1. Now, we finally play something on the third string, fret number 2, second string, fret number 1, 3, and slide to 5, and back to 3. Now we land on this D when we play over the D minor chord. And we finish with G sus4 and G. Beautiful phrase. Second string, fret number 1, 3, 5, 6, and 3. So knowing the chord progression and the chord tones will definitely allow you to create a meaningful solo, but also a solo that is singable, because we are not randomly playing up and down the neck. We are actually, carefully selecting the notes we are playing. Now let me play the second section, which is also quite interesting. Now this section is the example that playing over chords allows you to create something beautiful. I mean, in this case, the solo moves over the chord progression. We have I'm playing 2 notes, first and third string, fret number 5 for the F major, so 5th and 3rd of the chord. And I like to play this picking pattern. So 1st and 3rd string. Then we have fret number 7 for the G major, same concept, 5th and 3rd. And for the A minor, we are playing over this chord shape. So it's fret number 8 and fret number 9. Beautiful phrase. So we have the opening phrase, and then this beautiful line. Now, we're playing a solo in this position 5. So 4 notes, 8, 7, 5, and the second string, fret number 8. We land on this note, the F, because we're playing an F major chord. So over the F we have 6, 8, and then 5 on the first string, and 8 on the first string. For the G major, we start the solo with the note B, the major 3rd. So the phrase is this one, 7, 5, and then the second string, fret number 8, 6, and 5 again. We finish on fret 5 the note E, which is the major 3rd of C major. Now we go back to the F major. And we keep this section exactly the same. We already learned this one. So we are, again, bringing a sense of familiarity to this solo. We're not randomly playing, as many notes as we can. We're actually selecting the notes we love using chord tones, but also repeating some of these sections. So we have nailed 2 sections. From here, I will just improvise. In fact, if you listen to the instrumental, which I'll link in the description down below, you can get it on the Patreon page. You can actually see how I will start improvise and just let go of all the thinking. So I played these 2 sections with a little bit more of a structure, and then I'll just improvise something and try to think less and play more. Now when I start improvising, you'll see that I don't particularly play random notes. I like to keep it simple and structured. So you can do the same thing, but of course, if you're just starting out, just learn the pentatonic scale and the major scale and give it a try and improvise your own solo. Now, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Let me know if you like it. Check the description down below. You can get the backing track and the tab on my Patreon page. In the meanwhile, I'll leave you to practice this. Enjoy this lesson, and I'll see you next time.